Kicks 105.5 WKXH. Good morning, I'm JJ. It is Wednesday, November 2nd. It's 7:47 and currently 40 degrees outside. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to talk with Mike Barrett from the Barrett Insurance Agency. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I am well.
There you go. So this morning, good policies. I thought what we would do is just chat a little bit about claims processes and some expectations. You know, one of the things that we find a lot of is that people may have expectations of a claims process that may not just be the way it is. So I just thought, you know, if we threw a little bit of information out there as to how it worked, maybe that would help people with their expectations. So I figured this morning we would start with our auto insurance claims. And on auto insurance, you know, the way it works is when you file a claim, you're calling it in and getting it sent to the company for it to be recorded and then assigned, and then it will go to a claims adjuster. So there is a bit of a process with getting it in the hands of the person who is actually going to be taking care of the claim for you. So it's not necessarily going to be instantaneous. Yes, you can many times get a claims number very quickly, which if in auto insurance, if you need a rental car and you have that coverage on your auto policy, certainly a claims number will help expedite the process with getting you into some wheels while your vehicle may not be drivable. But there always is a process. And why I say that is because if a claim is filed on a Monday morning, it's going to be recorded and sent out to the adjuster. And I call it triaging of sorts, right? They're going to send it to the person who's going to be assigned to it. So there is going to be a process of them getting it assigned to them and then them in their workflow getting to that claim. All right. So on a Monday morning, it may not be instantaneous that they get back to you, but also if the claim comes in after hours or on a Saturday or a Sunday, again, it's going to be a process. You know, many of these companies, even though a lot of the companies are 24 hours a day, it doesn't necessarily mean you're hitting a claims adjuster at that exact moment in time. So it may be a process where, you know, many companies work with a minimum or maximum rather of 24-hour business hour turnaround with getting it to you. So bear in mind, it's not going to be something where you call, file the claim, and walk away with payment or walk away with the process of having a rental car immediately. So that expectation many times I see pretty high, and I think it's good just to kind of put the level of expectation in there as it's not going to be an immediate process. And then many companies have adapted or adopted, I should say, technology, right? So if you're with some of the companies that have done that, if you have a claim on your auto insurance, they may be asking you to download an app if you don't already have it, and then filing the claim, or not filing the claim necessarily, but following up on the claim, accessing the claim, taking pictures of the damage to your vehicle. So there's so many different ways of doing that. And some of the more regional companies have certainly not gone to that model where they may be sending, and most companies still are, sending appraisal companies or adjusters to your vehicle depending on the magnitude of damage. So there is a process there as well. So when it comes to, I could go all morning on that, and I'm not going to, because who wants to hear that, right? So when it comes to other claims, you know, think about homeowner claims or business owner claims, general liability claims. It's going to be the same process where it's going to be handled and adjusted once the adjuster gets it assigned to them. So that first phone call really is them just recording the information of the phone call and getting all the details. Now, you should always call the claimant yourself. If you get hit by somebody else in an auto accident, or if there is a liability claim or a medical payments claim that's of another party, make sure you're calling it in and taking it yourself, because you don't necessarily want to leave it up to the other party, because that can certainly muddy up the waters even further. So there's some high-level overview of claims processes this morning. Quickly on one microphone, as your microphone apparently decided not to work any longer.
I'll fix it.
But for the moments that we have left, I just wanted to jump into a completely different topic, and that is the Northeast Kingdom Cancer Action Network, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
So Northeast Kingdom Cancer Action Network, we call it NEKCAN for short. You can find out all the details about what that's about on our website, nekcan.org. I'm honored and proud to say that I'm the president of the board currently. This is a brand new nonprofit that we started at the beginning of this year, and starting up on this Saturday from 11 to 7 at the Moose Lodge in St. Johnsbury, we have an 80s dance. How cool is that, right? So an 80s dance, $20 a head to get in. All the proceeds go to NEKCAN, and what we will do with those funds is we will provide grants to those who are actively fighting cancer. So the grant applications, I'm even happier to announce, are available. You can go onto our website, NEKCAN.org, sign up, and apply for a grant. You can apply for yourself if you're the person who's currently going through the cancer treatment, or if you have a loved one or a friend, you can log in and apply for themselves. So, but we plan on having many events throughout the year, and this 80s dance on Saturday should be fantastic. DJ Richard Botaniak will be our 80s night DJ. He's awesome at what he does. We'll have, I believe, awards for the best 80s garb. I hate calling it an 80s costume because we're a product of the 80s, and that wasn't a costume. That's just what we wore. But they're calling it costumes for this weekend. So some of us could be jumping into our closet and just grabbing what we wore in the 80s and wearing that on Saturday night. But we would love to see you. It's going to be a fantastic night. Just a great night to get out with friends, celebrate the 80s, and raise money for the Northeast Kingdom Cancer Action Network. And you can also find us on our Facebook. Just look for the Northeast Kingdom Cancer Action Network. We have information about our events up there as well. So very, very awesome stuff.
Right. And if somebody wants to reach out to you and talk about insurance and their needs or what to get a quote, how can they do that?
Very simple. Just give us a call, 748-5224. You can find us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury, online, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency. And also, while you're out there and on the web, check out NEKCAN.org. Just a really good site for you to learn all about how we're going to be giving back to those in the Northeast Kingdom who need it most in their battle with cancer.
Well, thank you so much, Mike, for coming in and sharing that all with us. Boy, that's rather noisy. Kicks 105.5. Good morning. I'm JJ. It is Wednesday, November 2nd. It's 7:54. Mike Barrett from the Barrett Insurance Agency right here on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury.